there has maybe the Americans could do something to improve their image to the people, and then first maybe you could do that, and then we could take a little more actions towards moving the clinic.
What do you suggest?
Let's see.
Maybe if you provide funds in like what she needs equipment wise, like medical equipment, then the patients will realize, oh, like I'm getting this bandage from the American government, and like all these.
Well, that's what we're willing to do. When we move the
services
clinic
are
closer to us, we are willing to provide the funds. We are willing to protect it. We're willing to control the insurgent activity. But without, if we put the clinic in an area that's hard to control, I mean, then obviously it won't be as protected as much. So we want it closer to us rather than further.
Doctor, what do you think? Do you think we should first establish a good relationship with the patients understanding that this is coming from the Americans, that they're willing to help medical service, and then gradually moving it over? Or do you want to move it over first and then?
Yeah, I think I might want to try to convince the patients that Americans are indeed trying to help and stuff.
So we will fund you.
So do you think, how long of a period do you think the patients will need in order to understand that?
I don't know, that's all.
We have to move the clinic, right?
I guess so.
Yeah, okay.
But not towards the US base, a little, just I guess, having a clinic like maybe in the middle or something.
But see, then we wouldn't fund you.
Oh, is that the case?
Well, we don't want it, no, I'm not saying right next door, but closer to the US base rather than.
Well, if we move into the middle, that is closer than where we are now.
Barely. But you wouldn't want to put it there because, I mean, if the insurgent activity does increase, which way is going to decrease? All around then. So it's going to slowly creep.
But what if we
Further
move
uptown.
it like here? Like stay within the.
I think we should go
downtown.
outside of downtown, right out, like here. Because the closer to us, the better protection.
But why don't we do like a trial period?
We
We're
don't
we're
have a
there.
trial period.
We're there for like 6
Because
months.
that's gonna cost a lot.
And then move it over.
Alright, can we set up a little mini clinic, a trial clinic, to see if that works out with.
Right, because we don't want to move all the patients and then just.
And if
risk.
people are coming
then,
in, you know.
some of the patients you'll move, and the ones
move.
there, when the insurgent activity grows and bursts, then those guys are dead.
Right.
But then in their minds, but in the patient's minds, they feel like it's because the insurgency activity is caused by the
Americans.
US.
That's why they won't. They're afraid of, being labeled as taking sides with the US.
I mean, I feel like we should keep it within the downtown.
This
Why
is
the
close
downtown?
enough.
Why
Okay.
the downtown? This is close enough. Why the downtown? Like, why does downtown have to do with anything?
Because the patients are it's more accessible for the patients.
I would think.
But why is it in the market to begin with then? Doctor, why did you put your clinic in the market then?
Because
not the downtown.
Alright, let's see. The most populated area is here, and that's probably why the insurgent activity is happening, because they want to annoy the most amount of people, which is right here. And then it's probably the next populated area is probably downtown, right?
So don't you think the insurgent activity would just move there?
Oh, so you're saying that you're guaranteeing that these insurgent activities are going to grow?
No, I'm just saying if they do grow, which we're trying our best to control them.
Well, I feel like wherever we move it, it's gonna grow. Like we have.
But
no
the
control
closer
on
to the
prediction
base,
of that.
the more protection you have.
But then in the people's minds,
It's caused
like,
by Americans.
Right, it might start more because currently they have this mindset where they don't trust Americans, and I feel like we need to turn that around.
Which we will with us funding them, and they'll
But
realize, hey,
the
I'm
money,
sick,
they're
I'm
just
getting
going to
medicine.
think, oh, well, they're they're giving us money now because they feel bad, and it might further, like, you know, justify, like, oh yes, it was Americans' fault. Look, they feel bad about it, so now they're giving us money.
I